Welcome to the Zodiac Psycho Podcast. We're going to be unlocking a cosmic treasure chest today, but before we get started, don't forget to check out those amazing offers waiting for you down in the description below.
They might just help you decode your own karmic mysteries.
Ooh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so today we are diving deep into past life astrology.
Yeah.
Think of it as a cosmic time capsule full of clues about your soul's crazy ride through time.
It is fascinating because your birth chart, it doesn't just show you your potential in this life, but also echoes of your past experiences.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the what was he thinking?
Yeah.
It's all there shaping who you are today.
It's like having a cosmic therapist who can actually back up their claims with planetary placements.
You're right.
So today we're going to decode those hidden messages in your birth chart to see what your past lives might reveal about you right now.
Exactly.
We're going to look at your south node,
Yes.
any retrograde planets you might have lurking around, and of course the mysterious 12th house,
Vieward's favor?
everyone's favorite cosmic storage locker.
Yeah.
And we're going to use some specific examples to bring it all to life.
Yes.
So we'll explore what a south node and Aries could mean and how Saturn retrograde might be pushing your buttons in this lifetime.
That's right.
Have you ever felt inexplicably drawn to certain things? Like a moth to a cosmic flame?
Yeah.
Or struggled with the same patterns over and over again, like a broken record stuck on repeat? Well, past life astrology might just hold the answers.
Absolutely. It's all about understanding those karmic threads.
Ooh,
Connecting your past and present.
I like the karmic threads. I'm stealing that.
Go for it.
Okay, let's unpack this karmic suitcase, starting with the south node.
All right, so the south node,
Hit me with it.
also known as Ketu in Vedic astrology, acts as the key to understanding those past life tendencies. It's like a cosmic comfort zone,
Rawr.
representing what comes naturally to you from those previous incarnations.
Gotcha.
It's what you already know.
Interesting. Okay, so imagine your south node is an Aries, for example.
Okay.
Paint a picture for me.
Okay, so in a past life, you might have been a fearless warrior, charging into battle.
I like it already.
Or perhaps you were a dynamic leader rallying the troops and forging your own path.
Okay, I'm already loving this past life, leading the charge. No fear, total badass.
Right.
But I have a feeling there's a twist coming.
Of course, every superhero has their kryptonite, right? So a south node in Aries often brings with it unresolved lessons around ego and impulsiveness.
Okay.
So our fearless warrior might have also been a bit too quick to jump into the fray,
Oh,
maybe not thinking things through.
no.
And that, my friend, is the karmic baggage you might be carrying into this lifetime.
Oh,
Think about it. How might these tendencies still be playing out in your current life?
makes you think twice about those impulse buys, doesn't it? So it's not just about the warrior's bravery. It's about the impulsive decisions that might have landed them in hot water, but there's more, right? Tell us about the house placement.
Absolutely. The house placement of your south node adds another layer to the story. So let's say, for instance, your south node is in the 7th house.
Ooh, the 7th house, the land of partnerships, relationships, and all the complicated dynamics that come with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This suggests that your past lives were heavily focused on these themes.
Oh.
You might have been deeply involved in partnerships, maybe even experiencing what we call karmic contracts
Ooh.
with people who are in your life right now.
Karmic contract sounds intense.
It is.
Like you were destined to meet these people again, to work through some unfinished business, maybe a past life lover who's back to test your boundaries in this lifetime, or a business partner who might feel eerily familiar.
Well, we'll leave that for you to ponder.
This is giving me chills. So, dear listener, take a look at your own south node placement. What does it reveal about those past life experiences? Does it resonate with you? And more importantly, how is it showing up in your life right now?
It's all about connecting the dots.
Ooh, I like that. All right, so we've got our past life tendencies from the south node, but what about those retrograde planets? What stories are they whispering about our past lives?
Ooh, good question. Retrograde planets in your birth chart are like those old photo albums you find tucked away in the attic.
Oh,
They're full of memories. Some happy, some bittersweet,
yeah.
but all holding clues to who you used to be. They represent areas where you might have some unfinished business from previous incarnations' talents you're meant to rediscover, or maybe even some cosmic drama you need to rewrite.
So it's like hitting the rewind button on our soul's evolution.
In a way, yes. For example, let's say you have Saturn retrograde in your chart.
Ooh,
Saturn's the planet of discipline, responsibility, those tough lessons we all have to learn eventually.
Saturn retrograde. Sounds like someone might have skipped a few classes in Cosmic Responsibility 101.
It could be that in a past life you were in a position of authority, a ruler, a leader, maybe even a stern school teacher. But perhaps you weren't exactly using that power for the greater good. Maybe you were a little too controlling, a bit too rigid, or perhaps you even abused your power.
Yikes.
And now in this lifetime, you're getting a chance to do it differently.
So someone who was a bit of a tyrant in their past life now has to learn to play by the rules. Sounds like a recipe for some serious karmic humbling.
Exactly.
Yep.
Saturn retrograde is all about learning those tough lessons about humility, responsibility, and using your power wisely.
Okay.
This time you have the opportunity to lead with integrity and compassion.
It's like a cosmic second chance to get it right. But what about Mars retrograde? That sounds a little more fiery.
Ooh, Mars retrograde can manifest as repressed warrior energy or unresolved conflicts that are bubbling up in this lifetime.
So we're talking about a past life warrior who's now afraid to fight. Maybe they spent a lifetime battling, and now they just want peace and quiet.
It's not always about fear.
Yeah,
It could be more about learning to channel that Martian energy constructively.
Right.
Maybe they were too aggressive in the past, and now they're learning to assert themselves in a healthier way. Or perhaps they ran from conflict, and now they're facing those unresolved issues head on.
So it's not just about suppressing anger, but about finding a healthy way to express those fiery Mars impulses. It's about learning to fight the right battles for the right reasons. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of deep thinking, let's dive into the mysterious depths of the 12th house.
Ooh, the 12th house. Everyone's favorite cosmic enigma. It's the house of karma, hidden enemies, secrets, and all sorts of things that go bump in the night.
Well, it's not quite that spiky, though. It certainly has an air of mystery.
Okay.
Think of it as a hidden library filled with ancient scrolls and whispered secrets from your soul's journey.
I like that.
It's a repository of past life memories where the echoes of those experiences still reverberate.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
The planets that reside in your 12th house act like keys, unlocking specific chapters of those past life stories. For instance, let's say you have Venus, the planet of love and beauty, in your 12th house.
Venus in the 12th house. That sounds almost poetic, like a hidden garden of love waiting to be discovered.
It could manifest as hidden artistic talents from a past life. Maybe you were a musician, a painter, a poet whose creative spirit is yearning to reemerge. Or perhaps it points to unfulfilled love stories from past lives that are seeking completion in this lifetime.
So maybe a frustrated artist who never got to share their gifts, or a heartbroken lover whose story was cut short. It's giving me chills. And what about Jupiter in the 12th house? That's got to be good luck, right?
Jupiter is the planet of expansion, wisdom, and good fortune. In the 12th house, it often suggests spiritual wisdom carried over from previous incarnations. Perhaps you were a teacher, a philosopher, a spiritual guide in a past life, someone who shared their wisdom and helped others find their way.
A past life guru. Now, that's a past life I can get behind. But what about those of us with Pluto in the 12th house? That sounds a little more intense.
Pluto in the 12th house is no walk in the park.
Uh-oh.
It suggests profound, transformative experiences that have shaped your soul's journey. We're talking about deep, often challenging experiences that have led to significant soul growth in past lives.
So Pluto in the 12th is like the cosmic equivalent of going through a soul-level boot camp.
It can certainly feel that way. This placement often brings a sense of intensity and depth to the individual's spiritual journey. It suggests that you faced darkness, confronted your shadows, and emerged transformed.
Wow, that's powerful. So we've got Venus bringing hidden talents, Jupiter suggesting past life wisdom, and Pluto indicating profound soul growth. But what happens when planets start clashing? What about those challenging aspects between planets like Saturn and Pluto?
Ah, yes, those can be quite revealing. When Saturn, the planet of karma and limitations, forms a challenging aspect with Pluto, the planet of transformation and power, it can suggest karmic debts carried over from past lives.
Like a cosmic bill collector knocking on our soul's door.
You could say that. Let's take the square aspect between Saturn and Pluto as an example.
Okay, Saturn square Pluto, hit me with it.
This aspect often points to past struggles that need resolution, perhaps from past lives where you either misused power or were on the receiving end of it.
Okay.
Maybe you were the tyrant we talked about with Saturn retrograde, or perhaps you were the one being oppressed.
Oof. That sounds heavy.
It can be, but it's also a powerful opportunity for growth.
Okay.
The square aspect demands that you face those issues head on, learn from your mistakes, and find a healthier way to relate to power.
So it's not just about avoiding power struggles, but about learning to use your power wisely and responsibly.
Exactly. And remember, the degree of the aspect matters. A tight conjunction at 0 degrees is like a cosmic neon sign flashing. Pay attention.
Okay, I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
This is serious stuff.
Yeah.
And I've heard that Saturn's 29-year cycle can also be significant when it comes to karmic turning points, like those Saturn return periods everyone talks about.
Absolutely. Think about your own life. Have you noticed any major shifts or transformations around those ages, 29, 58, 87? Those are often times when those past life lessons become most apparent, urging you to integrate those old patterns and step into a new chapter.
Wow, so it's like those Saturn return periods are tapping into our karmic history, pushing us to evolve and grow.
Yeah.
It's all starting to connect. But how do we actually know how we're working with this past life energy in our present life? Is there a way to track that progress?
That's where the progressed nodal axis comes in. It's like having a cosmic GPS for your soul's evolution. It shows how you're integrating those past life experiences in real time.
Okay, break it down for me. What exactly is the progressed nodal axis?
In astrology, we use progressions to track the movement of planets over time. The progressed nodal axis specifically shows the evolution of your soul's journey.
So it's like watching our karmic GPS in action. I love that. Tell me more.
Well, here's where it gets really interesting. When the progressed north node, which represents your soul's growth direction, forms aspects to your natal planets, it creates powerful windows of opportunity.
Windows of opportunity for what exactly?
For releasing outdated past life patterns, embracing new soul growth opportunities, and integrating higher wisdom into your current experiences. It's a time for shedding old skins and stepping into a more evolved version of yourself.
This is a serious aha moment. So it's like those progressed north node aspects are giving us cosmic permission to finally let go of those old karmic patterns and embrace our true potential.
Exactly. And there's one more layer to this cosmic puzzle that's especially fascinating: the sorrow cycle of eclipses.
Eclipses, those celestial events that make everyone go crazy about their zodiac signs.
The very same,
Yeah.
but there's so much more than just astrological hype. Eclipses falling on your nodal axis, especially during those progressed north node transits, are incredibly potent periods for past life recall and karmic resolution.
So eclipses are like cosmic spotlights illuminating those karmic themes we've been talking about all episode.
Precisely. They can trigger major turning points, bringing up past life memories, emotions, and even relationships that need to be addressed for your soul's growth.
Talk about cosmic timing. It's like the universe is saying, hey, remember all that past life stuff we've been talking about? Time to deal with it.
In a way, yes. It's about recognizing those echoes of the past and using them as catalysts for growth and transformation in the present.
So it's not about getting stuck in the what ifs of past lives, but about using those insights to create a more empowered and fulfilling present.
I love that.
Right. Yeah. It's like taking all that cosmic wisdom and turning it into actionable advice for this lifetime.
Absolutely. It's all about understanding those karmic patterns and using them as fuel for growth and transformation.
Speaking of fuel for growth, don't forget to check out those amazing offers waiting for you in the description below. They might just help you unlock even more of your karmic potential.
Yeah, it's all about using the tools we have to understand ourselves better and navigate this cosmic journey with a little more grace and intention.
Beautifully said.
Okay.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into past life astrology, what's the biggest takeaway for our listeners? What do you want them to remember?
I want them to remember that their birth chart is a rich tapestry woven with threads from their past, present, and future. It's a story that's still being written, and they have the power to shape the narrative.
In every aspect, transit and progression offers an opportunity to heal the past and create a more enlightened future.
Yes.
It's about recognizing those echoes of past lives and using them as catalysts for growth and transformation in the present.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling inspired to dust off my birth chart and take a closer look at those past life connections.
Yes.
Who knows what secrets are waiting to be uncovered?
Exactly.
It's a fun way to look at your chart.
It is.
So that's a wrap on this episode of the Zodiac Psycho podcast. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into past life astrology. It's been a wild ride.
It has.
And remember, dear listeners, you're not just your sun sign. You're a cosmic tapestry woven from the threads of countless lifetimes.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, embrace the journey, explore your birth chart, and unlock the wisdom of your soul's eternal voyage.
Ooh, I like that. And don't forget those amazing offers waiting for you in the description below. They might just be the key to unlocking your karmic destiny. Until next time, keep looking up and keep exploring the mysteries of the cosmos.